If Limerick is to win back the Munster title for the first time in 13 years, it will be surely through another major contribution from Gary Kirby. His 3 goals and 12 points from 2 games is enough to put Clare's Sean McMahon on his guard as he starts his first Munster final. He's one of 6 changes from the team that went under heavily to Tip last year. Liam Doyle replaced the late John Moroney, who tragically died in a motoring accident last December, while the other newcomers are Christy Chaplin, Andrew Whelan and PJ O'Connell, a sub last year. The 6th is, of course, Tommy Guilfoyle, still defying medical expertise, and Clare's full forward also in the 1986 Munster final. Another player who's come back from career-threatening injuries, the centre-half back Ger Hegarty. He was out for a long time after the 1992 Munster final. Out of the country to cheer on Ireland was Kieran Carey. The flu he picked up in New Jersey has cleared away and he plays in midfield, while coming back into the side is Mike Nash at full back, thereby releasing Joe O'Connor to cornerback with Don Flynn stepping down. And so taking charge of his second Munster final, Willie Barrett from Ardfillan in County Tipperary. Clare won the toss. They played from left to right in the first half, and this is the 105th Munster hurling final. A terrific atmosphere as ever. One of the showpiece occasions here in the Irish sporting year. TJ Ryan on his way for Limerick. Trying to put up for the first score of the day. Little or no breeze about. Still TJ Ryan over there in the corner. Now Heffernan. Cross towards Damien Quigley's corner. Anthony Daly, who is the Clare captain today, back towards Damien Quigley again. Now Gary Kirby has to be watched. First chance, first point. Great start for the captain of the team from Patrickswell. Christy Chaplin back there with Mike Houlihan for Limerick. Quick look over his left shoulder towards Kieran Carey against Stephen Sheedy. Sheedy against 3 Limerick players, one of them is Kieran Carey. PJ O'Connell coming back. Could cause a few problems at centre-half forward himself, this dashing number 11, not his fingers. Outside to Andrew Whelan. He's toward Tommy Guilfoyle. Gerald Loughlin gets there first, avoids the hurleys. And that's the equaliser. The Sparrow does it in the early minutes. Level pegging then. Shawnee McMahon getting some assistance there from Stephen Sheedy. Cross towards Gerald Loughlin's corner. Steve McDonough closing him down well. Comes back to Sheedy. He can really dominate at midfield if given the chance. Andrew Whelan now. Missed the game against Cork because he was exam-tied. Here's Christy Chaplin nipping into the breach there between Dave Clark and Jamesy O'Connor, and he puts it over the bar. Clare take the lead for the first time. Christy Chaplin, the point scorer. Chaplin was high in the air, missed it completely. Limerick have an injured player on the ground, Mark Houlihan. Meanwhile, it's Frankie Carroll. Inside towards Pat Heffernan. TJ Ryan. Well across. Galligan blocked down. Not Heffernan, however. And that's the equaliser from Pat Heffernan. 6 chances in the match so far. 2 points apiece. Just a wide each as well. Really is a very promising start. The backs giving the forwards a bit of room, and this time they're marking a little slack, just a little, and that was enough for Pat Heffernan. Mike Houlihan getting back. Christie locating PJ O'Connell. O'Connell who will have to be very tightly marked by Ger Hegarty. Andrew Whelan again inside towards Tommy Guilfoyle. Goes by the fullback there, Mike Nash. Chance to recover. Make a very good clearance. Shawnee McMahon breaks it down, intending that Christy Chaplin would take it. Instead it's McMahon. Closed by Mike Houlihan. TJ Ryan. Caught by Anthony Daly. Taken the second time. Crossing the 65-metre line. Towards PJ O'Connell. Ger Hegarty makes a very good left-handed catch. Hooked by O'Connell. No quarter given or expected in this tie. Kieran Carey towards Quigley. Broken ball picked up here by Haggerty. Flicked away from him by young Brian Lohan. And again it's Brian Lohan. Down into the space there towards Jim McInerney. First chance for Jim, and in fact it's Tommy Guilfoyle. Dave Clark now. Into the open spaces towards Frankie Carroll. Waited for it to come his way. John Chaplin sold the dummy. Frankie with the chance and the point. So Limerick lead by 3 points to 2. Limerick today looking for their 17th win in the Munster Championship, but this their 40th appearance. John O'Connell coming into the breach, but it's Ger Haggerty. Limerick leading by 3 points to 2. Mike Galligan now, chance to score here. Right between the posts and over. 4 points from play, indeed all the points in the match so far coming from play, a very encouraging sign. Well, once the ball broke away here to Mike Galligan, well, he had plenty of time to look up, and for a player of his class, that was a relatively easy score. Stephen Sheedy takes it up outside the 45-metre line into Tommy Guilfoyle, towards Gerald Loughlin. Loughlin trying to swing the stick onto it. Inside to Tommy Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle, Joe O'Connor holding it back. The referee says play on. Out it comes towards P.J. O'Connell. Clare had a really good chance there. May still come for them. And that time it's Joe Quaid making the save from Andrew Whelan. Non-stop stop in this Munster final. Up to Mike Galligan inside his own 45-metre line. Up towards T.J. Ryan. Liam Doyle going back there. Doyle the corner back for Clare. Towards Jamesy O'Connor's corner. Real lively non-stop game. No frees being given away foolishly. All the scores coming from good intelligent use of play. This was where Clare had a really good scoring chance. P.J. O'Connor with that final hand pass across there towards Andrew Whelan, and Joe Quaid was down smartly.
Come on, Limerick.
McDonough again, lets it drop down to Kieran Carey. Can't give him a look in. Oh, this fellow here, Gary Kirby, scored the first point of the match in the very first minute. On the 20-metre line, shortens the grip on the stick, puts it over the bar, his second point. 5 points to 2 then, Limerick lead, and there are 16 minutes gone in the first half. Kieran Carey set it up initially, broken ball in towards Gary Kirby, an attempt at dispossessing him here failed by Shawnee McMahon. On the left-hand side it's drilled over by Kirby. Ger Haggerty touches it down to Kieran Carey, always expecting him to be around to pick up these pieces. Stephen Sheedy trying to tie up the match. Off the stick of Joe Quaid, and the sides are level. Level for the third time in the game. Stephen Sheedy's first point. Minutes to go to half-time. Stephen Sheedy trying to take it out of that ruck of players. Comes to Kieran Carey. Lovely balance and control. Look at the way he gets away from 3 or 4 Clare men. Great pace as well. Partially stopped. Referee says play on. That's a great advantage and a point accrues for Kieran Carey. Stephen Sheedy had fouled him, but the referee Willie Barrett from Tipperary here allowed a very good advantage, and Clare lead by 2, or Limerick rather, lead by 2. Down here by Declan Nash towards Kieran Carey, who's now been marked by Christy Chaplin. And a change of the marking alignment. Ger Haggerty only out as far as John O'Connell. O'Connell in towards Gerald Loughlin for Clare. Tommy Guilfoyle as well in trying to get the break of the ball. Comes out towards Andrew Whelan. Here's a goal chance. There's a great hook. Stopped by Joe Quaid. And in the end, it's Dave Clark who gets it away. Great clearance by Clark. What a brilliant hook, and that was a goal chance, a glorious chance for Clare. Broken down again by Mike Galligan, picked up by Jamesy O'Connor. Great challenge there from Kieran Carey, perfectly sporting, which just put him off. 9 wides for Clare, but they've only taken a third of their scoring chances. Added to by Gary Kirby. To TJ Ryan. The Limerick forwards looking more menacing. Limerick open up a 4-point gap. The widest gap we've had so far in this match. Bit of a novel final, just as the 5th meeting of these counties in the decider. James O'Connor in towards Gerald Loughlin. Ger takes the score. His 3rd point. Clare's leading scorer. Just 3 between them. Game far from won and lost so far. But Clare, you feel, will have to up the tempo of their game even more if they're to take their first Munster title for such a long, long time. Runs on towards Gary Kirby. Damien Quigley. Brilliant defensive play there by Anthony Daly. Out to John Chaplin. Transferred across here to John O'Connell. Kieran Carey looks so elegant and so stylish at midfield. Match now in the last 25 seconds of the first half, not including injury time. Mike Galligan. Brian Lohan doing well to take him away from the danger zone as much as possible. But that's left Frankie Carroll inside. There are 2 Limerick players just on the fringe of the square. It's Heffernan who opts for the point, and he can take it, and indeed he can. But Clare's backline was really stretched in that last attack. As Pat Heffernan gets his 2nd point, once again the gap is 4. Clare backs were in something of a disarray here, and wisely Pat Heffernan went for the point. And that the final action of a first half. Very, very enjoyable first half. No goals to show for it, but we've had plenty of points. And as the teams go in at half-time, Limerick that little bit happier. They lead by 4. Half-time score here. It's Limerick 11 points, Clare 7. One change at the start of the second half. Francis Corey comes in to mark Gary Kirby. John O'Connell is the one who makes way. Shawnee McMahon moves to right half back. Elsewhere, teams unchanged. So 11 points to 7 at the start of the second half. Limerick the leaders. They looked strong in that first half. They're having to chase it the whole time. John Chaplin. Broken down by the opposite wing back. Nash this time walking up the ground. Kieran Carey, the player who is indicted, and it's going to be a free in for Clare. They need everything. James O'Connor from St. Joseph's in Dura-Bearfield, making the most of the opening. A 3rd point for Jamesy. Just the 3rd pointed free from the 19 we've had so far. Francis Corey here, trying to get the better of Gary Kirby, who wins that first ball that comes down between them. Laid outside to the unmoving Kieran Carey, always moving into the attack. Making it at times appear like a 9-man Limerick attack, but they're now just a tiny bit stretched at midfield. John Chaplin and PG O'Connell struggling to get it out of their own half-back line. Len Gaynor in the background pointing the way, saying, on you go. Steve McDonough had a very good first half.
Come on, Frankie!
Broken down by John Chaplin. TJ Ryan across towards Damien Quigley's corner. Heffernan is waiting inside for it. They go point for point at the start of the second half, just as was the case in the opening 35 minutes, and Limerick once again lead by 4. That's his first score. Well, this is where that ball was fed across from TJ Ryan, operating out there around left half forward, just as this attack was coming in, and Damien Quigley from the Piershakes in the Ennis Road drills it over. Dave Clark hitting it nicely inside towards Mark Galligan. Looks such a stylish performer, right and left. Great point for Galligan. He's got 3 great scores in this Munster final, and Limerick lead by 14 points to 8. Looking good for the Shannonsiders. Lovely dancing feet here of the number 12, taken to ground, then onto his left-hand side, and a really good point. Frankie Carroll, meanwhile, Clare's calling for it. One of them is Gary Kirby. And right half forward. And he makes it look routine. A 5th point for the Limerick captain. The points are being taken by Limerick. Clare have had a couple of good goal chances, but it's 15 points to 8. This is where Frankie Carroll had the vision to pick out Gary Kirby. He was slightly unmarked, calling for it, taking it in his stride, and a terrific point. And it's Limerick back again. Mike Galligan, that inimitable style. This is looking really good for the Shannonsiders as Galligan gets his 4th point. But still plenty of time remaining as Limerick lead by double scores and only 7.5 minutes into the second half. Jamesy O'Connor now marking Kieran Carey, but Kieran wins that first ball that comes down between them. TJ Ryan lets that one run on. Liam Doyle. PJ O'Connell. Mike Houlihan. Limerick playing as if their lives depended upon it. 1981, the last time they won the Munster crown. Then they beat Clare. Jamesy O'Connor and company still have plenty of time. We're just into the 13th minute of the second half. This time it's Mike Nash coming away from it, away to his left-hand side, showing himself to be a very quick full-back alongside his brother there, Declan Nash. Damien Quigley now, leaving his man for dead. Here's the scoring chance, and that's put over the bar. A second point by Damien Quigley. 10 points between the teams, a very big lead. This is where Declan Nash played that ball down into the cover. This is where Damien Quigley was able to get away from his man being Francis Corey. Gary Kirby breaks it. Mike Galligan. This time it's Stephen Sheedy putting the head down, trying to make some headway. Shouldering Mike Houlihan out of his way. Clare now with a couple of players up here. Jim McInerney. Stopped well. Swept in. Into the side netting, however. Well, Jim McInerney and Sarah Lyons were in there, denied, with Steve McDonough just getting in the way. Joe Quaid was there as well as we watch once again this run by Jim McInerney. Here's his initial shot, which was stopped by Joe Quaid, came back in there. That's where you felt it might have gone in, but it ended in the side netting. The goal chances today have fallen to Clare. Points are being taken by Limerick in spite of that one there that went just outside for Mike Galligan, content with the 5 points he scored so far. Ger Hegarty just broke it down. Cyril Lyons getting assistance here now from PJ O'Connell. Broken away here by Dave Clark. Clark, the wing back to Kieran Carey. The marking now is absent. Sign of a tired and dispirited team. Galligan just having difficulty taking it up onto his stick. Daly despairingly trying to put in the challenge as Galligan fires over. Six points out of that tally of 21. This the movement once again, which saw Mike Galligan turn this time onto his right-hand side. Right or left, he's deadly. Limerick making a change at full forward, taking off Pat Hegarty and replacing him with John Roach. Steve McDonough. Trying to take it away from that danger zone, whipped in there by Whelan up towards Jim McInerney again, and this time it's over rather than under for Jim. Just his first point and a goal chance just before that as well. So 21 against 10. Frankie Carroll now against Christy Chaplin, who's lost the stick but not lost the will to chase. Mike Galligan. They always seem to have men over. Galligan has sent over his 7th point, all of them from play. All of them so highly precious in Limerick's lead. Frankie Carroll, the instigator once again. This time it's back to Galligan. And there's simply no way he can be stopped. Gerald Loughlin started like this Clare team so prominently. They get the free in. Cyril Lyons, will he go for a goal here? And he gets it! The only goal of the match so far. Cyril Lyons, the substitute, coming in from that free. All coming so late though, 27 minutes into the second half. They just have caught a deflection on the way. And in it went. John Roach, number 18, trying to dispossess Brian Lohan. Shortening the stick to get it just as far as Jamesy O'Connor. Jim McInerney having come way out the field now, in towards Cyril Lyons, touchdown towards Gerald Loughlin. Busy last 7-minute spell here now by Clare, trying to do something about the scoring imbalance. McInerney comes in, fired in by PG O'Connell, stopped there by McDonough. Cyril Lyons again, and there's another one! And it's Tommy Guilfoyle. Another late goal. Third goal in the championship for Tommy Guilfoyle, first today. Well, he'll feel a lot better, so will Clare, with this late flurry of activity. But I don't think it's enough to deny Limerick. That was where Cyril Lyons hit it in. Tommy wasn't marked, and in it went. Jim McInerney, they're looking for another goal. Cyril Lyons. Jim McInerney again. Where will this go? Blocked. Comes back to him. Didn't hit it properly. They're queuing up for it. But back there is Joe O'Connor. You would really think there was just a point or two in it. Limerick had such a sizable lead. They lead by 24 points to 2 goals and 10. That, of course, is 16 points. Referee's whistle has sounded. Brian Lohan was fouled. Clare get the free. No time to waste. Anthony Daly the taker. 2 minutes left. Dropped down by Declan Nash. Referee says free is going to be declared. Mike Houlihan, the last one up off the ground. Cyril Lyons once again, having got a goal earlier on from a free. This time it's Ger Hegarty who stops it. And there remain 8 points between the teams. Nicely outside to Shawny McMahon. Dropped inside towards Cyril Lyons. Lyons trying to take it away. The shot! Oh yes! Into the side netting, however. Close. But Clare following the goal behind that Killiney end there. We're cheering this one here from Cyril Lyons. Great shot, but just outside Tommy Quaid's goal. On the call of full time now for Len Gaynor on the right. Resigned look at his face. Ger Loughlin, who seems poised to take over as Clare coach. Cyril Lyons, the shot, stopped by Joe Quaid. Doesn't want to see any more goals go past him. Mike Galligan has to try and finish off the match in rather more devastating fashion. Gary Kirby has left to say, take that. And Clare are forced to do so. And will have to wait at least 63 years from their last tie. Looking good for Limerick though. This is where it broke outside here for a Limerick side, bridging a 13-year gap. The Limerick mentors in the background, county board officials as well, ready to salute a first big Munster Championship victory since 1981. It's been a long time coming. Mike Houlihan, one of the stars who's made it happen. Gary Kirby here, another. And it's all over, and Limerick win back the Munster Championship, beating Clare just as they did in 1981. Clare having to wait yet another year to bridge that huge gap. Gary Kirby scored 9, Mike Galligan got 7. There were heroes for Dave Mahedy's team in Kieran Carey and Mike Houlihan, not forgetting players like Steve McDonough and Dave Clark as well. The Limerick fans much the happier. Ger Hegarty celebrating a huge success for the Shannonsiders, and they win back the Munster Cup with the final score reading Limerick the winners by 25 points to Clare's 2 goals and 10.
Any day we win a Munster championship, it is a great day for all, you know.
Dream come true.
It was really. We've worked hard at it. Back in October, November, in the muck, and that. It paid off today.
It's nice to win first time, Joe. Ever. It's tough enough, you know. They came in as everything. First half is very hard, you know.
We might pay tribute to Clare here because it was a very sporting contest.
Indeed, yeah. No dirty stroke or anything, you know. They held the ball full weight for the whole hour, and I thought it was hard looking at them, especially after last year, you know.
When we took over the job, we went in as amateurs into it, like we had no experience at all of inter-county. You know, what was needed to win a championship. I had been totally committed with my club, Ballybrowne, since I started playing hurling myself, and only Rory Kiley had the experience of what it takes to win a Munster championship. But we set out our programme, and we appointed Dave Mahidi as trainer, and that I think was the master stroke, you know. And he has done a wonderful job with the team, Dave has. And since we started getting involved last August, we've had 105 sessions, and today was our 106th time together.
Okay, 2 years ago we nearly made it. We found when we went down to Cork like how tough it was. We knew in the back of our minds then today what it takes to win a Munster championship. I think people saw today what really we're good at is going to the ball and get rid of it the first time, and I think was it 20-something points like it's fair scoring in any game.